Welcome everyone. Melanie Nelson here, Director of TLS, and we are here for our Tune Up Tuesdays with our 28 days of weight loss. And today we're going to be talking about a saying that we have in TLS that protein and fiber at every meal makes losing weight no big deal, or burning fat no big deal, or calming your cravings no big deal. And there's a reason that this works. Both protein and fiber blunt the glycemic index. So they bring down the glycemic impact of any particular food you're eating. And we're going to take a deep dive into each of these things. Well, fiber. What is fiber, right? We always think like, gross fiber, right? And not everybody does, but I do know that if you grew up, with a grandma who drank a fiber drink in the morning, or, something like that, or you're thinking all brand cereal, that's what you think of when you think of fiber. I can guarantee you that's not at TLS what we mean by fiber. So let's talk about it. There's a full feeling that happens when you eat enough fiber in a day. It's the bulk or the scrub brush that cleans out the colon. Fiber also absorbs toxins and fat and shuttles it out of the body. So when you're eating a high fiber diet, I always like celebrate that. I'm like, oh, I'm getting rid of the extra fat and toxins are being absorbed by fiber. I feel so good about that. So the average person, we're really wanting to have them hit 35 grams of fiber. And in the typical American diet, we are not even coming close to that, which, what are the foods that are highest in naturally occurring fiber? Well, vegetables. Right? Which is why you have to chew and chew and chew and chew and chew, and why you could never overeat. You can never, you can eat a whole bag of chips, but you can't eat a whole bag of broccoli. There's a reason for that. It's the fiber. Also, fruits. Fruits also have really good fiber. Apple has pectin, which is the fiber in it as well. And that is so good for you. It's so cleansing for you, which is why they have that saying, an apple a day, right? Also whole grains. Now I'm not talking about breads from the supermarket, like white breads, and I'm not talking about cereal. I'm not talking about instant oatmeal, because that is high glycemic. It's not on the TLS approved list. We're talking about real whole grains that you're going to slow cook or cook up, like farro or kamut or wild rice or quinoa or millet, where you've got the whole grain and you're eating with it. I love using quinoa and millet for salads, for in place of rice, where you would have rice. I love it. I make a quinoa oatmeal. So I'm still having things that taste like, feel like, giving me that same satisfaction as some of those more refined grains, whereas whole grains have that high fiber. And, veggies are really the top on that list because they're also the most nutrient dense, which is when you look at your macros on your TLS plan, veggies has the most servings in all of our TLS plans for a reason. They have high fiber. They're the most nutrient dense. They're just so good for you. And let's talk about protein. Protein is built up of amino acids, and those amino acids are used in our body to build cell structure, to transport, and the storage of nutrients. It's also about repair. So tissue repair. We can't repair our tissues without the appropriate amount of amino acids and protein. And so if you're looking at your TLS plan, one of the things that is really important to track is how much protein you are intaking. How many grams are you getting in a day? And that's something that especially vegans and vegetarians need to take a really, really good look at and make sure that they're getting enough plant proteins and enough food varieties, that they're getting enough of those amino acids to complete their protein intake. So a couple calculations for you, and I'll edit the post and put them in here as well, so you can refer back to it on a written. So if you're living a bit of a sedentary life and you're not very active, you would take your weight in kilograms and you would times it by 0.8 to 1. So it just depends on where you want to end up. If you want a little higher protein in your day or a little lower. So 0.8 times your weight in kilograms. Now, if you don't know how to get your weight in kilograms, just ask Siri or Google and they'll do it for you. And so then you're gonna take your weight in kilograms times 0.8 or 0.9 or 1 or anywhere in between that. And that's how many grams of protein you need to make sure that you are getting in a day. Now, if you're more active, if you're more athletic, if you are training, if you're, if you have injury, if you are, needing more protein, maybe you're pregnant, things like that. 1.2 to 1.3 is a good ratio to times your kilograms by your weight by kilograms. And that will give you the amount of grams of protein you need in a day. Then it's just simply a matter of going, okay, what do I eat in a typical day? And calculating how many grams of protein. So an average egg has about 6 or 7 grams of protein. So if you have 2 eggs almost every day, there you've got 14 grams. Guess what? Our protein shake has 18 grams of protein and guess what? 10 grams of fiber. Guess what? Protein and fiber at every meal make losing weight no big deal, and or fat burning, which is my favorite way to say that. That's really what we're looking to do, right? And that's why this shake is so satisfying. And really there isn't another on the market that has that kind of ratio, so that you're blunting the glycemic index, you're feeling satisfied and full, and you're really having success by putting your body into that fat burning mode. That's why we really love, anybody in TLS really has come to love the egg and veggie omelet, right? That is just one of our staples. If you can get veggies in first thing in the morning, that is ideal. And, the chicken or shrimp, grilled shrimp salad, right? A great big stir fry. I love making stir fry without all the sugary, heavy sauces. And I love making it with soy sauce and fresh basil and garlic and ginger. And that's really all you need, with maybe a little bit of sesame oil, just for a little of that kind of nutty flavor. And it's so good, right? But a great big stir fry with lots of vegetables and a lean protein. You're getting your protein, you're getting your fiber. Snacks, right? If you're going to do a fruit, apple, banana, pear with some raw washed nuts, be sure to eat raw, be sure to wash them, because just like everything you buy, it's kind of been through the ringer. And so always, like the guys tell you, wash your nuts. You guys, if you're a vegetarian or a vegan and you're eating hemp hearts, right? 3 tablespoons is about 14 grams of protein. So be calculating throughout the day, on any given average day, right? If you have a couple turkey slices in the afternoon, take a look at the package, how many grams of protein are in there, and make sure that you're hitting the amount that you need in order to have that cell repair, have that, the desired fat burn that you're looking for. Truly, if we're not getting enough amino acids and protein in our diet, we will become malnourished. And so this is why protein and fiber are so incredibly important to not just your weight loss goals, not just your fat burning goals, but your longevity and your health. And that's really what we're all about here in TLS. So I hope this was helpful. And just remind yourself, when you're not eating like another veggie salad or something along those lines, you really want to eat something else that's, fatty or low fiber or high glycemic, right? All those foods, nachos, whatever. Remember this saying: protein and fiber at every meal and or every snack make fat burning no big deal, or cravings, or losing weight. So thanks for listening in. You guys have a fantastic week. We'll see you tomorrow night on our Wednesday weigh-in and celebration of successes. Take care.